Hello everyone, welcome back. It's weekend time for us to strengthen our inner man. If we haven't met, my name is Chantal and I welcome you to my channel. This weekend I just want to bring us a short word of encouragement. When a ship wants to be kept or a boat wants to be kept in place, normally a very heavy metal that is attached to the boat is lowered to the seabed to keep that boat in place so that it does not drift into the sea, and that's what we call anchoring the boat. The same thing with our lives. We need an anchor in our lives so that we do not drift on the sea of life when the storms of life come hitting at us. Please take note that an anchor is not used because that boat is in the middle of a storm. The captain lowers down that anchor even when the sea is at its calmest point, because he knows that it is a matter of time before that boat will begin to drift into the sea if the anchor is not put in place, no matter how subtle and soft the winds and the waves are. You know, many times we feel that it is those big storms in our lives that make us drift. Yes, there are times that those things have rocked our boats and have really made us, almost knocked us off our game. But the subtle everyday challenges are the things that turn to weary us the most. When we are faced with those everyday challenges, the challenges related to work, that boss and colleague that you met yesterday, you will meet today, you will meet tomorrow. Challenges related to family, friends, siblings, parents, you are with them yesterday, today you are going to be with them tomorrow. Challenges related to the everyday endeavors, the things that you're pursuing in life. It is yesterday, today, and you feel like I'm going to wake up tomorrow morning and face that same situation. Those are the things that weary us the most. And when we get weary, what do? We pull up our anchor. We no longer rely on God. We no longer rely on His promises and His word. How do we know that we have pulled up our anchor? When we worry more than we communicate. That is exactly how I know when I'm drifting away. When I worry more than I talk to my Father. And when I talk about communicating with God, I'm not referring to those moments where we treat Him as if He's a genie, right? We grab the lamp and say, "Genie, genie, come out, grant my wish real quick, I need to go." I'm talking about learning to just know God and His ways. If we're going to sail the sea of life, we want to have the map. We want to know how to navigate things. You want to know beyond that 1 minute, give me this and I'm gone. And that is the kind of communication that God desires that we should have with Him. Let us read Psalm 25 verse 5. It says, "Lead me by your truth and teach me, for you are the God who saves me. All day long I put my hope in you." The psalmist was crying here to God that lead me by your truth and teach me, for you are the God who saves me. For God to teach us, to lead us, that's the kind of communication I'm talking about. Look, I've had the deepest communication or the deepest prayers at times have happened when I'm doing dishes, I'm doing laundry, I'm taking a walk, I'm driving, or maybe during a break time. And as you're talking and communicating with God, what is He doing? He's leading you. He's teaching you His ways. Proverbs chapter 16 verse 3 tells us that when we commit our works or commit our plan to the Lord, He causes our thoughts to be agreeable to His will. And it's amazing how God is present to just teach us during those moments and drop His word into our minds or into our hearts, which means that we should dwell in His word. Because those are the times when He reminds us of things that we have read, reminds us of those times that we have studied His word. He tells us also in Jeremiah chapter 29 verse 13, He says, "If you look for me wholeheartedly, you will find me." Another version says, "If you seek me with all of your heart, if you seek me, you will find me, if you seek me with all of your heart." I just came here today to encourage us that let us get back to that place where we seek God with all of our heart. Search for Him. You will find Him. You will find Him and He will teach you. He will show you great and mighty things. He wants us to be anchored so that we do not drift. The reason why I say we should communicate from this place is because we equally drift when everything is going on well. It's not always during the big storms, like I said. It's not always during the everyday challenges. At times we actually pull up that anchor when we look around and we feel like, well, there is no storm, there are no waves. In fact, everywhere looks so calm. So I do not think I need an anchor. I don't need to anchor on anything. And then we pull it up. But before we know, we drift, and the only time we realize how far we have gone is when we get hit by another storm. Then we realize how far we had drifted. Have you pulled up your anchor and you're drifting away because of great storms that have come in your life? Have you pulled up your anchor and you're drifting away because of the everyday challenges that have made you weary? Have you pulled up your anchor and you're drifting away because you've looked around you and everything looks so beautiful, the sea looks so calm, and you feel like, I do not need an anchor, I think I can handle it? Remember that it doesn't matter if the sea is calm or it is a big storm. If that boat is not anchored, it is going to drift away. And when we talk about drifting, it is going nowhere. There is no set destination. There is no captain leading it from point A to point B. We want to be anchored. We want that if we are sailing this sea of life, we should be sailing with a captain. We should be sailing with some direction. That is why we need to stay connected to God, have this communication, learn the truth and the ways of this life, so that we will live this life with some intentionality. We are going to live it purposefully. Put your anchor back down. Anchor onto the Lord. Keep communication with your Father. Start talking with Him today. As you end this video, sit down and just have a quiet time of talking with Him. All those things that have been running through your mind, morning, afternoon, evening, in the form of worry, flip it around to an amazing communication, amazing conversation with your Father. And let Him just teach you His ways. Let Him teach you His heart. Let Him tell you and open your eyes to see the plan that He has for you. Let Him lead, because His ways are not our ways. The things or the ways that you think things will turn out or should turn out, or the people around you think it should be. When God makes you to see things through His own eyes, through His own lens, you will live a life that is joyful, a life that is full of fulfillment, because you are not depending on your sight, but you're depending on the things that you see through the eyes of faith. Please do check my page at Chanty Bloom. I'll be sharing some amazing tips and additional scriptures, just things I believe will be super helpful to you as a follow-up to the videos that I put up. I'll equally leave the links in the description box below. And your questions, of course, are welcome. Share your stories, and if you have prayer topics, do share them as well. Thank you all so much for always watching, and see you in the next video.